Everyone remembers the victories, the trophies, the roaring crowds, and the perfect stage photos. What almost no one talks about is the pressure building quietly behind the scenes long before the spotlight turns on. Imagine waking up every day knowing your entire career, reputation, and future income depend on how your body looks under bright lights for just a few minutes. Every meal becomes a calculation. Every workout becomes a test. Every injury feels like a ticking clock. Rumors start spreading that your time is over. Critics say the next generation has already replaced you, and support slowly disappears when progress slows down. But instead of stepping away, the pressure becomes fuel. Doubt becomes motivation. And the biggest comeback begins long before anyone in the audience even realizes what is coming. This is the moment where preparation, fear, discipline, and belief collide, right before everything changes forever.
So that was the first time we did the training here in San Jose.
Yeah.
And back when it was gold, and we did our first sessions together, because I was trying to teach you what FSE7 was about. And it wasn't like, people say it was cluster, nowadays.
This was the beginning of structured training. Before this phase, everything was self-driven and based mostly on instinct. There was effort and discipline, but not a clear system behind every workout. Once structured coaching started, every session had a specific goal, a reason, and a plan. That shift from random hard work to strategic hard work is what truly accelerated progress and made training far more effective.
We were sampling the EVP. Do you remember? You were giving me, we called it the purple powder. And I remember thinking, damn, what is this shit, right? And you're like, just drink it. And to be honest, it didn't taste great at the time.
Yeah.
He also talked about experimenting with supplements, which shows how elite athletes constantly test new things to improve performance. Even at the highest level, nothing is taken for granted. They try different products, observe how the body reacts, and adjust based on real results. This mindset teaches young bodybuilders that progress often comes from careful experimentation and learning what works for their own body.
And it's like high intensity meets high volume, and also the food around it, and then the supplements. I'm obviously so big on natural supplements, and putting all of that together.
Another major lesson was the training system that combined high intensity with high volume. Instead of choosing one approach, the strategy was to merge both and create maximum muscle stress. This kind of training forces the body to adapt faster and build new muscle over time. It highlights the importance of smart programming rather than just lifting heavy or training long without direction.
Trial, and it was just in a white tub.
Yeah.
It was in the tubs I think you currently use, but you're like, just take it, it's going to make you full as, and I was like, damn, I'm so full, but it was the training too, right?
The first hardcore arm workout became a shock moment. The intensity was far beyond what he had experienced before, and it pushed him outside his comfort zone. This is a reminder that real progress usually begins when training becomes uncomfortable and challenges previous limits.
You almost threw up doing arms.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't recall those days.
Yeah.
There were even moments when training pushed the body to the edge of nausea. That level of effort shows how serious elite preparation can become. It teaches that growth often happens when the body is pushed past familiar limits and forced to adapt.
You wouldn't be in the top 5. You'd be lucky to be in the top 5 of that show coming up, because of kind of your on the way out. And I remember it affected you because you kept bringing it up. And then you said, all I know is I just got to come in,
At one point, many people believed he would not even place in the top 5. Instead of reacting emotionally, he focused on improving step by step. This shows the importance of ignoring outside doubt and putting all energy into preparation.
Everyone gave up on me except, some of my sponsors and the people that were close to me that saw the progression over the time.
He also mentioned how support disappears when results slow down. Many people step away when progress is not visible. This is a strong lesson that true belief must come from within, not from external validation.
No one had ever trained me to that point. Chris Aceto was my nutritionist, but he never structured a workout. It was like, okay, you do what you do. So it was the first time anyone instructed me how to work out from the very time I started at 18.
Structured coaching changed his entire approach to training. Even after years of experience, new guidance helped him discover better methods. This teaches that learning never stops, no matter how advanced someone becomes.
I think this is kind of working. And, you're starting to get rounder, more upper chest because you're so wide, right?
As progress started to appear, confidence naturally followed. Small physical changes confirmed that the system was working. This shows how consistency builds belief over time.
For the last 12 weeks.
Cardio twice a day, which I never did. Step mill. Did step mill. I never used it before.
Right.
It was too much work. More food than ever.
The honey special.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I always ate fish, but
right.
No protein powders. Definitely no condiments, which I'd never used anyway, but you were particular about even my carbs. I was eating oatmeal in the morning. We switched to grits.
Yep.
Preparation for the big stage became completely different from previous years. Cardio increased, diet became stricter, and every detail was optimized. It highlights how elite preparation requires full commitment and attention to detail.
You never told me, Phil, he's going to smoke everyone. And I don't know what your discussions inside your circle is with him.
She would tell you something I don't, but I just be honest.
It's like you were uncertain.
Yeah.
And you made sure that you weren't, riding the dick like, hey, you're going to win this,
Yeah. Because I didn't want you.
And I was surrounded by that. A lot of my career from the rise of second. Like a lot of people around me, like, you're going to win, you're going to win, you're going to win.
There were no guarantees of winning. The focus remained on execution rather than predictions. This mindset keeps athletes grounded and focused on daily work instead of outcomes. A key moment came when belief turned into certainty. At some point, preparation and progress created full confidence in the outcome. That mental shift is often the difference between competing and winning. The first crowd reaction on stage confirmed the preparation. That response showed that the hard work had paid off. It was the moment where pressure turned into confidence.
When she said that, that's when I said, I'm going to win the show. I knew right then.
Yeah.
An unplanned stage moment later became iconic. It shows how great moments often happen naturally when preparation meets opportunity.
This is the famous quad stomp. I actually never really tightened. I just kind of was like, when I put my head down, my abs kind of flexed a little bit just to be able to hit the leg. And Per Burnell and the rest of the crew locked that picture in, and it's one of the most memorable bodybuilding pictures of all time.
Yeah.
Quad stomp was born. Yeah, I dropped the heel and hit the stage, and there was like a thud,
Yep.
And next thing you know, here we are. It's victory again. It felt great.
The victory itself was clear and unquestioned. Support from fans and the audience made the moment even more powerful. It was the result of years of discipline and preparation. He also reflected on how age affects performance and recovery. Younger athletes recover faster and adapt quicker, which makes timing in a career very important.
But my fear of being broke is what drove me. Okay, my fear of losing drove me. My fear of not being accepted drove me. That's what made me who I was.
Finally, he explained how fear of financial failure became a strong motivator. That fear pushed consistency, discipline, and long-term commitment. It shows how powerful motivation can come from real-life pressure and responsibility.